I'm Luke Cage. You wanna test me? You know where to find me.
Woo, got it all, man.
Everybody talking about Luke Cage like he's Jesus.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke.
The bulletproof black man. For the hard rocks, he's a ghetto boogeyman of their nightmares.
You can get a smack for this.
Really, guys?
You gotta know we tried, man.
I ain't no joke.
But one man cannot save a community.
You can't keep doing what you're doing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And believe me, Luke Cage is nothing but a man.
Harlem is mine. Damn. Hate to see such a positive brother like Luke Cage go down like that.
He hurts you. You're not invulnerable, Luke.
Anyone who can take you on barehanded can't be good for Harlem.
I gotta find him.
Bushmaster, what makes him so scary?
We hope you never have to find out. You tell Bushmaster that I'm coming.
It's game time. Do what you want. We stifling fools. Do what you want. Your life for your choose. Respect my
I've seen you raw, but never brutal.
Sometimes brutality gets shit done.
Harlem doesn't need a hero. It needs a queen.
The darkness that you deal with every day, it can consume you whole. If you let it. Don't let it.
Just so we're clear, I'm not in the market for a sidekick.
Who says you're not my sidekick?
Me? It's my show.
Well, I wish I could just do something about I'm on no sugar.
I see. You look like you strung out. That's the thing.
I'm strung out.
Like,
I got out. I'm going crazy. I've got all these non-sugary desserts. Look at this triple chocolate. No, reading labels are a bitch, man. Like,
are you going into that phase?
Because I mean, I'm really on my sugar-free kick, man. It's like I decided, I'm trying to, change up the lifestyle a bit and start with taking out sugar and like ease my way back into working out, improving the diet, et cetera, et cetera. But I've always had a sugar addiction, like my entire life, like legit. I've never even heard of it.
You call it you full-fledged addiction?
Dude, I never knew that. I never heard the concept of a sugar addiction until recently. Like maybe a year or two ago, somebody put up an article about having a sugar addiction. I'm like, wait, you can be addicted to sugar? And it was like, yeah, man, the same receptors that go off in your brain for sugar is the same that go off in like heroin addicts and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like trying to kick sugar if you're addicted to it can be just as like hard. And I thought to myself, damn, like, I eat a lot of sugar shit. I eat sugar day in, day out. I wake up in the middle of the night, eat some gummy bears or something, go to sleep. Like, I'm like ridiculous. So I was like, man, I want to improve the health. I want to see if I want to challenge myself. So yeah, I just woke up one morning and said, you know what? That's it. No sugar. I mean, that was like 4 days ago. And I'm going crazy. Because they right. That shit hard, son. I'm a sugar eater.
When you just looked at me just now, so like the pain in your eyes.
My God, because I quit cold turkey. You feel me? But then like they'll tell me, man, if you stay like on like basically like fruit type stuff, or if I stay within like single digits, because most things have like 20, 40, 50, all these grams. It's like, 8 or 9 on down, you can get away with that to wean yourself a little bit. So today is my first day getting things with sugar in it again. Mm-hmm. But it's not real sugar, it's like fake ass sugar. Like this right here got 6 grams of sugar, and it's not real sugar. I got some fucking gummy bears right here, nigga, that's made from beets. Not like processed sugar, it's sweetened by beets.
I was actually hoping those were... I was really hoping those were weed gummies. But
oh no! They're natural gummies. Okay, even the organic gummies at Walgreens got 15 grams of sugar in it. I'm like, y'all, the organic joints, and y'all got me paying $4 for y'all motherfuckers, and y'all motherfuckers got the nerve and still have 15, 20 grams of sugar? No, bruh. I got these fake ass. Wait, what's that? Check. I've been drinking this. Not this, but the behind that. I've been drinking this antioxidant drink.
You've been bye? You've been bye?
Yeah, they got 1 gram of sugar. And there's these granola cookies that taste amazing. And they have how much sugar in this bitch? 5 grams. So now I can't eat none of this tomorrow because, I'm going to go back to, nothing. But I'm going crazy, son. And I'm like, bro, fuck it.
There are a bunch of snacks now that you brought my attention to around us.
Dude, I've been getting by off of...
There's some stuff hiding back here, too. What we got here?
That's the package to these chips. They only got like these crackers. They only got like 2 grams of sugar. Sound like this dude straight up. Dog, like I've been eating Cheerios and these veggie chips made of tomatoes, potatoes, and spinach. Like, period. Besides, like,
Not gonna lie, that is
healthy meals.
Is it good?
I mean,
okay, yeah, that's what I thought I'd get. Okay, cool.
No, I'm gonna say the veggie.
Not bad, but
see, the veggie chips taste like air, son. They're not good or they're not bad. They just like chips.
Not a lot of flavor.
Now the Cheerios just suck because if I'm gonna eat a Cheerio, I'm gonna eat some honey nut Cheerios or something. You hear me? But no, these are plain ass Reggie Cheerios, like fuck your life ass Cheerios. So
that's when you're on like a budget. You on a sugar budget basically. So,
dude, because they cost the same amount as the honey nut, nigga. I grabbed the honey nut first and I said, well, this is 8 grams of sugar. That's before I decided to break down and get some snacks that just had low counts of non-processed. So I put the honey nut back, put this 1 gram of sugar shit, and hated myself for the past few days. So yeah, bro.
Taking it serious. No, man. That's how you gotta do it, man.
Dog. People,
that's how you gotta do it.
Dog, when I mentioned it on Facebook, like Roxy said, she don't like posting on my wall on Facebook.
Wait, what? What about your wall on Facebook?
I just breeze past it.
Oh, you just breeze past it?
If it has more than 15 comments, I know it's gonna be a shit show in like an hour.
Ooh, the wall
yeah, apparently. Yeah, I've never actually participated. Well, I'm locked out of Facebook right now. But
I almost did it because some girl was up there talking about Nicki Minaj did say something to empower women, but then people came at her sideways, and I was about to say, well, actually, the sex workers.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So no, she didn't actually say anything to empower women. But then I was like, I don't have 4 hours to give to this.
Bruh. And so trippy, like all the time, I'm not even always involved.
I want to do it, actually.
It's trippy when I just I might share an article and I've said nothing. And then somehow it's gone left.
I noticed you do that shit. You just post it and then you be like, babe.
If I got something to say on it, I'm gonna say something on it. Otherwise, I'm just sharing it just for probably for the podcast or something. But then people start going in.
I'm like, Martin's not posting this shit because he agrees or disagrees with it. He's just posting it.
He's kind of trolling you guys.
I mean, I don't mean to troll. I mean, I'm because half the time it's like I said, I have a pop. Trying to tell people, look, I got a podcast. Sometimes I got to go back and peep some shit and like, oh, this is what we're gonna talk about. But then y'all start going off, and it's like, well, okay, this is what's happening.
And they be going off. They be loud and wrong a lot of times.
Boy, this one time, bro, it went down just the other day. These chicks was arguing with this dude about the tipping situation with Dante Smallwood, a football player nigga who only tipped $5 on his $120 tip. And on his check, the check was $120, and he only gave this man $5. Not even 10%.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, that's not
Nah,
bad. How much was he supposed to get?
I mean, dog, 10% of 120, you could at least give this man 12. You signed a $5 million contract, son. You ain't got $12 to throw to the motherfucking waiter. So two women on the wall had obviously worked in the service industry before.
Fair enough, yeah.
And they was going in on this dude saying, well, it depends on the customer service he was giving. And it just became a war that ended with him calling them a bunch of ugly ass heifers and them calling him a bitch ass, whatever. And I was like, wow, I had nothing to do with this firestorm. Like, it just...
Fair enough. Okay.
It's interesting, man.
It's interesting, yeah. No,
that's all I can say. It's a trip, and I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to deter people from talking on the wall, having conversations. You know, because sometimes I jump in, sometimes I just let it go. I'll just get it in. But it's always some conversation to be had. That's sometimes on my podcast. If it went down, on the FlyWithBats on other podcasts, if it go down, it could be like, man, people have it on the wall of bats today. This guy almost give it a title at this point, the Wall of Bats.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I was going back and forth with this chick about Scarlett Johansson. And I'm like...
It's about the role that she...
Yeah, man.
The role she got, okay, yeah. Yeah, we just kind of talked about that. That was my first time hearing about it. Yeah,
I heard you guys in your last episode.
Oh yeah, did you? Okay.
Yes, I did hear.
Do you have any thoughts that you want to share?
Yes, I can share thoughts. I can share thoughts. I'm stalling for J.Steel. We probably gonna get started in a second,
Yeah,
but I can share a thought, man.
Yeah, no, please. I'm actually curious. I want to know what you think.
Scarlett Johansson later on gave up the role because she was smart.
Oh, she gave up the role.
She gave up that motherfucker because it's like, dude,
okay, all right, yeah.
you don't need it. You don't need it, man. I'm looking at it like this. You're going to be a trans man, like, dog. You already got backlash on 2 different fucking movies that you were in, where you took a role of somebody should have been another nationality, and people went. The movies flopped because you didn't give up the role. This point in your career, man, you produced the movie. You did not have to cast yourself in the fucking movie. Like, that's just being greedy. And then when you look at a nigga like Ed Skrein. Ed Skrein gave up his role in Hellboy to an Asian cat because of the freaking comic books. The character that they cast the white boy in was Asian. But he was like, man, look, it's my responsibility. Like, I can't keep contributing to these motherfuckers not getting roles. Like, people not getting roles, you know, So I'm gonna get my role up, and he ain't nowhere near Scarlett Johansson. And then it just got announced that the Black Widow solo movie finally got a female director, the first female director in Marvel history to do a franchise. So I'm like, Scar Joe ain't hurting.
That's the only thing they're behind on. Like, Marvel isn't behind on anything, but that one thing, having a first female director, is surprisingly the only thing. Like,
well, they got it.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's the first one. What?
But I don't care about the Black Widow thing. I feel like that movie is years late. Like, it should have came out around Iron Man 2 or around Avengers 1, where like Black Widow still has some type of momentum. You know what I mean? Like, right now she's just kind of around. Like,
yeah, I think it could have worked too after, like, if we would have did something maybe after Avengers 2, like Age of Ultron.
Even
like,
then,
it would have fit in real nice.
I mean, a Black Widow movie is it's Marvel, so they're not gonna fuck it up. But
yes, it's just almost a little too late.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
And by that point, we will have had Wonder Woman 2 as well as Captain Marvel. And
I mean, have you seen what DC's doing right now, man? It's like that. Like, as much as I love Wonder Woman, man, everything that they're doing is destined to fail right now.
Now,
like,
Wonder Woman,
really?
Wonder Woman so far has all the hope because it hasn't fucked up yet.
So you still feel cool even with Kristen Wiig playing Cheetah? Like,
son, I've learned to not question, man. We question Heath Ledger. We question Anne Hathaway. They question Michael Keaton. We were too little. They question Michael Keaton. We question Ben Affleck. Every time we question,
yes, we did, and we still do.
No, Ben Affleck killed it. No, Batman
killed it in Batman v Superman.
Exactly, and that's what he got questioned for. Everybody thought he was gonna be a shit ass Batman. Right before Batman vs Superman, he was an awesome Batman in a bad movie.
Okay.
He did his part.
But then the Justice League movie.
No. All the questions, because by the Justice League movie, we trusted him. And then he fucked it up. But for Batman vs. Superman, nigga, he held it up. Heath Ledger was almost laughed out the building. Look at what we're saying now. So at this point, I was mad at first when they had her in the running. But now that we have her, I want to see why. Why did you choose Kristen Wiig of all the actors you could have chosen? There's got to be a reason why. And since Wonder Woman, the director, what's her name? Catherine something. Shouts out to you, Lawrence. You probably know, but
yeah, I don't remember it either.
She hasn't. I'm of the opinion of you got to fuck it up for me to think you're gonna do wrong. Like if Zack Snyder was doing Wonder Woman, I'm like, oh shit, it's going down.
They've got enough hit or misses for me to kind of be like this. This seems like this might be a bad idea.
Wonder Woman. Like I think they left Wonder Woman on her own island. The only thing,
want to give her a pass.
The worst part of the Wonder Woman.
So many new elements.
The worst part of the Wonder Woman movie. The director had nothing to even do with. Zack Snyder did that, and that was all the craziness at the very end. And the final fight was like, "There's too much special effects. What's going on? This is nuts." And that wasn't even on her. So once again, I'll have faith in her. The Aquaman poster just dropped recently.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't care. I hope it does good. Like I'm begrudgingly starting to realize that I'm a DC guy, even though I love a lot of Marvel stuff. But it's like a piece of me just can't help but want DC to win. I think about the comic books I read mostly. I've been reading Batman.
No, that's what I read
Flash.
Like, you've always been a DC
Yeah,
guy.
Justice League. Like I do the things I read. The only things in Marvel I keep up with is Spider-Man, X-Men to a certain degree. But it's hard to like stick with X-Men because they do so much shit. I mean, I dip in the Daredevil. I read the last Luke Cage with him and his daughter. I was like, what the fuck? I want to read another Luke Cage.
The current run.
Yeah, it was current run.
Yeah.
The last one was him and his daughter, and I was like, the Batman one's better.
Okay.
I started this Luke Cage comic, Luke Cage Noir, and it's like Luke Cage, but set like in the back in the day or whatever. I want to say like the 40s or some shit, but he's like a bulletproof black man. And I started and it was cool. I'm gonna give it a little, a little shot. I'm gonna ride it out. But like, since we're doing this Luke Cage thing, and I noticed like for Black Lightning, we had the comic book connection type thing going on. We made no efforts of any comic book connection to talk about on Luke Cage.
Well, I feel like we talked about it because every time we talked about when we talked about what I was reading, I was always reading the Luke Cage and Power Man and Iron Fist. So
since we started on the first episode,
yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
we
man.
Didn't. I felt like I kind of already talked about it in the other episodes, but I got a couple things I could.
You been reading Luke?
I haven't been reading the current run. I've only read the first.
That's introduced the show proper. J.Steel gonna get in where she get in, man. We've been gone for a long time. So this is that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. With Yam people, been gone, man. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bats. Spell out Mr. Outer, you ain't gonna find me. And we here for the Reviewing That Show. We reviewing that there Power Man. You heard me, that Luke Cage, episode 2. You feel me? I'm here with the crew as usual.
This is the other Marty, Marty Edwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com where I co-host a show called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer with the Arrogant Observer. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out, man. And we got J.Steel in the back. She be coming soon, but we have a special guest in the building. Gotta come a little closer. Push it up. You feel me? And yeah, man, tell them who you are. Who art thou?
Thou art. Thou art Roxy E. Wilson. You can find me on all social media at Roxy E. I don't even know who I am.
Yep.
It's getting late. Roxy E. Will, ROXIEEWIL. And I host a podcast as well with Michelle Culp, that P. You know why. You can find us on Google Play and iTunes. Should I spell it? Because it's spelled in Francais.
I mean, you might as well. We always shout y'all out. Y'all part of our scroll.
It's spelled THERAPIENOIR.
Yeah, so people that listen to the FlyWithBats Podcast, we often pull out the scroll, and we always say the Brooklyn Ladies of Therapy Noir. So we have one of those Brooklyn ladies here today. Yes. She's been visiting the NO, and we had to get some more women up in here, man. We always we be us two and J.Steel, and J.Steel's usually representing. But for Luke Cage, he got all this blackness, all this manliness, all this chocolate. So we had to get it going. So first off,
Martin. Every time I think of it, it's like all I hear is his
I'm
voice
glad
in
we
the back of
originally
my
found
head.
out that that was his dad, because
man.
we felt just some lover, like I love me, Luke Cage. He reminds me of Malcolm and Martin.
Right swagger.
All in a blender.
For the ladies, he's a warm chocolate cup of coffee.
All right,
Why don't you write
Pinch
some
of
poetry?
stevia.
Dang, man, every time I think about it now, I'm sad that they got passed. What was it, Reggie? What was his name?
Reggie. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get better.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
That's becoming the thing about this podcast. We don't always be all official with the actors' names and stuff, but we care. We try to care. We care. But yeah, man. So what you were saying about what you was reading on Luke Cage, man?
Oh, okay. So the last thing I read, or at least I'm finishing up, is remember I was.
Oh, it's outside. I was like, where is that coming from?
Audience in the back, yo. But now the last thing I read was the third and final run of Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And basically, right now what's happened is, so basically it was 3 series that ran with Power Man and Iron Fist. The first series was so basically Heroes for Hire had broken up. Power Man and Iron Fist had kind of split, and Danny comes back into town and is like, "Hey, let's get the crew back together again." And Luke, throughout the entire run of that first series, is like, "I don't want to get back together. We're not back together. Heroes for Hire is not back together." Da 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 da. By the last issue, all right, we back together. And then the second issue, the second run was a civil war. Was a civil war basically where some entity had basically taken all of the had basically framed like the heroes. They framed Danny and Luke. I'm sorry, I'm mixing the third one with the second one, but basically Luke and Danny get framed. Luke goes to jail, and it's about basically breaking Luke out in that second run, and then the third run is sort of the aftermath of everything, because they have to basically break Luke out of jail, prove he was innocent, and the general population still doesn't quite believe that he's innocent. And then in the third run, the one that I'm at right now, is where Alex from the Runaways sort of shows up as the leader of the main antagonist in this run, and basically he's wiped out all of the criminal records of all of the villains. So like where I'm at right now, basically there's been this huge battle between like Luke Cage and a couple of the villains who've turned good. And with the villains who've had their records and stuff wiped out, and basically, who dies?
Hey, don't start spoiling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, no. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's kind of it mirrors the show. That's why I was trying to remember. But yeah,
I was about to just ask you that question. What's something? Is there anything that you've read that that you've seen in the show?
Oh yeah, definitely. Piranha Jones.
Piranha. Oh, he's a different character in the comics. Yeah,
dude. Oh,
with the teeth.
Yeah, with the teeth. Dude, but he sounds exactly... So he's a full-fledged villain in the comic books. Like, he's not like a shiesty lawyer. He's like a straight-up underlord. And in the show, man, it's like it's everything that I thought he would sound like on the page. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the animation, just everything. It just really worked for me. So for me, that was like the best thing. Cockroach. Most of, like, every villain that they're selling the guns to, or they're trying to sell the business to, is a version in the comics. And... it's just it was really, really cool. I geeked out in the first episode talking about how much of the villains from the comic book are superimposed in here, and how we have like I don't want to go too far ahead, but near the end of the run of the season, where Luke's kind of wearing that dark jacket, like a black leather jacket. He's kind of have like a different look than the hoodie that he always wears, and that's sort of reminiscent of how he looks in the current run of the comics right now. And but yeah, it's the villains for the most part. Piranha Jones, that's the biggest thing. Piranha Jones, I think he translates to the screen the best.
And one of the beautiful things we talked about on the last episode was like I love how the villains are so rich on this TV show. Where we go from Shades to Mariah to Bushmaster to even like I said that shady ass motherfucking lawyer digger. Like everybody is so developed. So before we get into Roxy, so what got you into watching Luke Cage?
What got me? I don't know. It was like
because I don't know you for being a comic person.
I'm not.
Aside from being a comedian, we just gonna throw it out there. You know, she's doing like a comic.
I used to actually like when I was much younger. I was reading the Misty Knight comic book.
Oh, what's up?
When I was like much younger. My mom.
I can understand that black woman out here.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you dig it?
I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah. I had like my mom was giving me a whole bunch of black woman superheroes, so I had the comic books from when Spider Woman was portrayed as a black woman with a fro, which was really dope.
Oh, okay.
And then I had the Misty Knight comic books. Okay. So like it was partly because I was like, yes, there's gonna be a black show. I had also watched Jessica Jones.
Did you like Jessica Jones?
I like Jessica Jones.
The first season?
Yeah,
okay,
I watched the first season, so I was introduced to Luke Cage there.
Yeah.
So when they were like, he's getting his own series, I was like, yes. And then I like read up about it, and I was like, Misty Knight, fuck yes. I have to watch this show. So
how did you feel about the portrayal of her in the first season?
I loved it.
You loved it? Okay.
I did.
Because I've heard most people were sketchy about it.
But I was like, give it time.
Right,
and so now we're like, you know, not just. I mean, she's kind of coming into her cunt, is what I like to say. Coming into her cunt right now, so I'm here for it.
Okay, fair enough.
First season, what were your impressions? Of the whole show, the whole series, because we kind of geeked into all that. What was your impressions of Luke Cage season 1?
I honestly didn't want Mahershala to die.
Yeah,
I wanted to see so much more of him. I was like, Cottonmouth is out here fucking Harlem up. I want to see more of that. It just, it felt kind of resolved midway through, because I was like, the major villain is gone, and now we have Mariah, who's just been slowly falling into a manic state.
And she's developing. It's like if you watch the first 2 seasons.
A lot.
Yes, I'm just saying. I know you stopped at episode 8 of this current season, but I was just saying if you look at season 1, even to what you've seen in season 2, everything about that character in season 1 was sowing the seeds of what we're getting now. Yeah. So it's not like we had to get Diamondback instead of Cottonmouth and Mariah for season 1.
But I like it.
You like Diamondback?
Everybody
said that's like him.
Yeah, mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings.
I like the way,
it's complicated.
Like thinking about the point at which Cottonmouth died in the series, I kind of like the way they gave Mariah's character a chance to start growing, and we were getting more of an introduction to her because initially she was pretty secondary to Cottonmouth, and then after he died, we start to see more of her and learn more about her. She's
nothing like this in the comics. I hope in the future that they develop. Because a lot of times they reboot characters in the comic books after they become popular on film. Like that happened notoriously with Tony Stark in the comics. Like once Robert Downey did it.
He turned it
that Tony, that Tony in the comics is Robert Downey now, and it happens a lot. Now I hope because
Nick Fury looks like
Sam L. Now, straight up. So it's like because he was a white guy in the comics, but now like for decades, people always know it's Nick Fury, black man, one eye. Yeah. So I hope for black, because like Black Mariah is just this big this big black woman with like a fro, and like now they don't even have a swag, and they got doing all this other shit, and I'm like, man, no, like there's no reason why she can't reform into like a person like that. That you know what, I'm standing up for Harlem, standing up for my city. That's one of the great levels about her is she evil as a motherfucker on some shit, but she really does believe her shit. She care about that city. She care about black people. You know what I'm saying? And they give the Mariah to take her from like the Mariah they got in the comics. She be in this like pink jumpsuit all the time, and
she do it a jumper like she's like
she always cursing and talking like you know what I mean. You could tell she's from a different time.
I just like that the villains in this season are all being given redeeming qualities because I just remember. With Cottonmouth, I just hated him. I was like, there's nothing that's good about this person.
Until you get that flashback episode and you see what made him.
Yeah.
And there's certain things I will say was because he had a certain code about him. Because like when Pops got killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was like, he threw that nigga off the roof. It's like, I ain't wanting to shoot up. It's fuck wrong with y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I do love and I think a lot of that wasn't really how he was written, more so how Mahershala just know how to act so well. So he just.
I love him.
Man, I love him too.
I love him.
Bruh, what's
love? Yes,
and
I third that.
And the love, bruh, the love I had, because that's the thing I was talking about this on the last podcast. I was saying that I always liked Mahershala Ali, but once this dropped and we got to really see him flex, and we didn't really get to see him flex until Luke Cage season 1, and then from that point he took off, like because he was in House of Cards, he was great. Yeah. But he still was, in the periphery. Yeah. But you got to see him get into some rich character work. You know what I'm saying, in that season 1. After from that point, I'm following you everywhere you go, Cottonmouth. And I think me and Marty agree with that. The same will be happening with Mustafa Shakir, man.
God.
Bruh.
He's so good.
Brand.
He's so good.
Were you the one that was telling me that he was in the running for Black Panther?
But no, M'Baku. He was supposed to be
M'Baku.
He had this from M'Baku and Black Lightning.
Oh, right. That's what it was. Yeah, okay.
M'Baku and Black Lightning. Now, I feel like everybody got the parts they were supposed to get. But that's interesting notes.
Because, we wouldn't have him here, which is like, oh, man, this is like, what did you do?
It just makes sense. Like, Winston Duke made sense as M'Baku.
Right.
He did.
Scooter.
Scooter
Lightning.
Scooter Lightning.
Well, always,
I'm like, Scooter's superhero. And it's like,
especially for television. Scooter works for a television superhero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But this guy that's playing Bushmaster, I couldn't see nobody else playing him.
Were y'all familiar with him prior to
No. And I heard he was on like Underground or something.
Yeah, apparently I've seen him in a bunch of stuff that I just didn't recognize him at the time. He didn't make much of an impression there, but it's been smaller roles up until this point from what I understand. I haven't gone back and watched anything, but apparently I've missed him a couple times. But I forget what I was going to say.
I just got to say that as a resident of New York, he represents Jamaican niggas so well. Like, they are actually that disrespectful.
Okay.
I'm kind of...
In what way? We said
like, in every way. Like, in every single way. Just, like, even the way you posted this the other day, and I cracked up because I think it's the funniest thing. Whenever Mariah is like, Dylan, he's like, Stokes. Like, they're really...
She talking about that meme where they got the Dillard's store, and then they just put Bushmaster in front that bitch, they Stokes.
No, but he's great. Like, I really like it. I look forward to seeing what else happens in his
Man, that's why I'm so stoked to see what's to come for him. Like, seriously, man. Like, I really like he made, because we got to see him develop a character. We got to see him, build and because a lot of times, man, like they don't give fresh actors opportunities, especially black actors. That's why it's so great that this show is black, because and Diamondback, who we were saying it before, we really get to see him shine and you building this empire. I don't know if this is the episode where he has to show down Mariah and she get out her lane or whatnot. But I can't wait till we get to talking about that episode. So I don't think I got nothing else to say on this, man. We can get this started, man. Episode 2, Luke Cage. And like it was funny about Mustafa Shakir that he's a Harlem nigga. He ain't even like Jamaican when you look that shit up.
Yeah.
He's from North Carolina. He's a Southern boy.
He's a Southern boy. So he went to school in Harlem?
He went to school. He went to the new school for drama.
Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's from North Carolina.
I don't know.
So, well, get your shit in, bro. Like all these Carolina boys. Ain't the Black Panther, ain't he from Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
Shouts out, man.
Chadwick Boseman.
So as we come into the episode, we're kind of, because right before, I guess the last thing we saw, you get shot by the Judas bullet, and he's turning in that guy. I forget what they were doing there. Anyway.
Oh no, it was with your boy Arturo.
Arturo, yeah.
Arturo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Arturo shot him with the bullet, thinking, "Oh yeah, I got you, Luke Cage." And Luke like, "Man, she didn't even affect me, man." And his girl, Claire, she like, "Man, I don't know what's going on." Are we in this piece, J.Steel?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, you lucky we at the top of the episode. So we banned you we banned J.Steel from episode 1 of reviewing this because she didn't see season 1.
I was too busy having coffee with Luke Cage.
Oh, okay. So tell us about season 1. How'd you feel about it before we get into this episode?
I was rocking with season 1. It was really fun. I like Luke Cage, and what I like about this show is that, like, prior to me watching it, I had only heard of Luke Cage, and I always wanted to connect to him in some kind of way since he was a black superhero. And I feel like the first season did a really good job of kind of like giving you everything you need to get caught up and figure out who he is as a character. So
Diamondback, how you felt?
I hated him.
The Diamondback question.
Season 1 pissed me off because you get the amazingness of Cottonmouth, and then all of a sudden we have this side swipe, and then all you hear is Carl, blah 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 blah. Come on, Carl. It was the most confusing. I didn't know if he was gonna like kick flip somebody or bitch slap them or like I didn't know what was going on.
She thought this man was gay, right?
He was very he's very flamboyant.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
He was a lot.
Yeah,
he was a lot to deal with.
That's kind of his brand.
He had a real flair for the dramatic.
He was very dramatic.
It was a lot. See, and I could tell I didn't like, because I had to go and Google him. If I don't like something, I block it out of my memory.
Exactly.
I blocked that nigga out. I forgot him and Luke Cage, they were whole brothers. Like, when I looked at his picture, it
was just like, all right, this nigga again. Like, when are you going to leave, motherfucker? We get it, you're mad.
Cottonmouth cast the largest shadow, man. And I think we were talking about the last episode. At first, he was supposed to be Cottonmouth, that actor. And for whatever reason, they liked him so much that they made him Diamondback and later cast Mahershala.
Common sense, because ain't no way I would have died.
If you would have started the show?
I would have been like, I can't do this shit.
Ooh.
I would have left.
I hope he would have played it different, though.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
we'll never know, but,
you
know. Right.
He kind of, just like, because he was just so fucking dramatic. Remember the Gardner dude on Get Out?
Yeah.
He
was talking to him.
Yeah. I'm high now.
Welcome to the Potty Mouth Pothead Podcasting Show. That's what we do.
I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. No, but I just thought about them like they had that same kind of mannerism of being real hype. Yes, very over.
Just like
too
you
much.
really doing this right now.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Oh, and okay, I guess we can ask both of your impressions since we're on season 2, episode 2. How'd you guys feel about the first episode of season 2?
You know,
we already spoke on Bushmaster, your nigga.
Oh man,
he's
moment of
everybody's
silence.
nigga.
As soon as he came on the screen, I was like, who is this man?
He was just beautiful.
It made no sense.
Beautiful.
I was like, wait. And it's crazy because, like, the previews I had seen of him didn't do him justice until he popped up. And I'm like, where did you come from?
Right.
I'm like, I don't even care about, like, I had a moment where I was like, I don't care about Luke Cage. No. Go kill him.
Yeah.
I was like, baby, you kill him, I'm riding for you. You could change the name of the show to Bushmaster. I'm good.
Like for me, it was like a very internal thing because I do live in New York and I love Jamaican niggas. I know that,
and I can understand it because we don't have them down in New Orleans like that. So you got a whole culture. I don't know. It's like an underground situation. I done got weed from them and shit before, but they're not like in abundance. It's
they're
like
not in abundance, no, but like you could turn the corner and run into a cartel of Jamaicans in New York. Like that's just what it is.
That accent.
Listen.
Okay.
The black girls on this show right now having whole conniptions and moments.
I didn't even
wish
care
I could
that
see
he
the
was
show.
evil. Like even part
That's
of
what I'm
me,
saying. It didn't
like when I
matter.
watched him, I was like, he's
whatever you're doing,
his family's legacy.
That man is in pain.
He's in pain.
Okay.
He's crying out.
He's putting his heart out.
He's lacking the love of a black woman
right.
because his mother was taken
He's a fragile
from him.
black man.
He needs us. He needs our support.
Yes.
So are y'all with me in hoping that, because even though I've watched the whole season, I'm not gonna say nothing, but if I'm in y'all position at y'all stages of watching this season, I was hoping that he was gonna have sex with Mariah's daughter. I was like, hope he just smashed her.
I wanted it so bad, actually.
Let's see what happens. I ain't gonna spoil where that goes, but like at that, like I said, y'all both are in the
this
middle.
shit is about to flip because never mind.
Y'all gonna see. We gonna get to it. We're not there. We're not there yet. But
Now
yeah.
I'll be in the airport like.
When you said the love of a black woman, I just thought to myself, yeah. The whole time I'm like, man.
If no one else could do the job on the show, it's Tilda.
It's Tilda.
Tilda got the herbs and the determination and the deep distrust of her mama. She got it.
She has.
And then what about the way to get back at the Stokes, but to stoke that fire?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stoke it, don't you?
Why you doing this? They haven't seen it yet. Anyway, yes.
I didn't hear anything.
Back to
I want to ask this question too. The question that often pops up in circles regarding this show: can Mike Coulter act?
Yeah, he's just very strange.
Okay.
Because that's been coming up. Some people say he can't act. Some people say da da da. Now I just feel like what she said, what J.Steel said of, like when I see him emote, he has emotions. He knows when to do that. It's just some of his line readings are just weird.
I feel the same way though.
Okay.
Well, not as far as line delivery, but like nobody wants to admit that Chadwick Boseman has the dead eyes. There's nothing there.
Well, why'd you bring in Chadwick Boseman?
Because I'm just thinking about.
She's right.
We gotta throw all these Panthers in the same.
You know, you gotta throw them all together. Like
everybody under the bus right now.
Everybody under the everybody behind. I don't. God, you niggas gotta stop giving me weed.
I'm sorry, but I'm not.
No, nah. You're not.
And just so you know, Bushmaster is the Killmonger that I wanted. I wish he was Killmonger.
I saw you saying that every time on the internet.
Dude, his whole swag. I would have I believe he would kick my ass before Michael B. Jordan. No matter how much Michael B. Jordan snarled at me, no matter how much he made the mean face.
The gold teeth just made him fine. I didn't feel intimidated. In his chest. I was like, they gave this nigga like full locks and gold teeth. I fuck him. That's kind of where I was with it.
Motherfuckers was watching him choke up that old lady like, ooh,
right.
Michael.
Yes, right. That's exactly what happened.
All right.
Pretty much.
Anyway, can Mike Coulter act?
You can choke an old woman. Everybody still love you.
I think he can. He can. But I also wonder, just because there's so many of those weird lines in there, I'm wondering like if that's intentional on the script writer's part, because just thinking about it, a line that happened later on in the episode, I was like, that's really weird and kind of breaking the fourth wall. So I kind of wonder, like, if his awkwardness just like...
I think he just awkward, bro. But one thing I will say, when he's in scenes with other great actors, he holds up his end.
Yeah.
Because when him and Alfred going at it, when him and his dad going at it, when him and Bush, like, he always holds up his end. So I can't hate on that. It's just, you know, when people bring it to my attention, I start looking at him harder, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of awkward at times. But, like, I believe him. Because my whole thing about an actor is, do I believe you?
Right.
And I believe him.
Yeah, I believe him too. I think
like,
he's convincing.
And then at the end of the day, that's still a nigga that's fresh out of prison. If we're thinking about the character himself.
Gotta get
and all them niggas are awkward.
Roxy been living a whole life in New York.
Yeah,
I want you to know, Marty. You hear this?
It's a different world.
I'm just saying.
It's a different world.
I met some niggas now fresh out of prison. They're weird. So...
Okay.
You know.
All right, fair enough.
New York is
take that
wild.
into account.
It's wild.
See, I gotta get to New York one day. Now I've never visited.
Me either.
You know
Me
what I'm saying?
either.
Yeah.
So sad. Yeah, I've never
We gotta get
been.
going.
I want to so bad.
So you can fuck it up.
So I guess we're gonna jump into this episode of Fish or Fish now. Damn, like I'm so lost in time because you know once you feel. Now I know how you felt when we did the Dear White People review. Is like you get lost in time. Like what's happening and what has not happened yet. Because I don't want to spoil it for these people. But right now we're at Luke Cage with my nigga Jeremiah Kraft, DW from New Orleans. In the scene, got the camera on Luke. Luke about to do all these amazing feats and get all his attention.
If I may, it was so good to. I'm sorry.
What you saying?
No, I was just gonna say it's so good to see Jamel Hill and Michael. Forget his last name.
Yeah,
somebody help me out. Anyway, but
and Jamel
good to see them together. Yeah,
she can't act for shit, but it was cool to see her.
She can't.
You know, the acting was
I'm
horrible.
like, damn girl, all you had to do was be yourself.
You had one job.
Right.
You had one job.
I know.
It was horrible.
Oh,
but I was good to see her.
Yeah, and I was very happy to see them.
This was like a real cute scene.
Yeah, this whole thing was some cutesy campy shit. You know what I mean? We watching this. You know, we watching Luke be strong and show his muscles and
I
jump.
thought this was interesting. I was like, oh, this is happening.
I mean, it sets the scene for the Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were heated about that.
But I don't know. It's like this whole thing is happening, and I'm like, y'all know this motherfucker's a superhero, right?
Right.
Like we're ranking him like against people who have natural talent, and
right.
Like it's like he's juiced up. Now, granted, I don't know what his shape would have been, but it's like we're ranking a superhero here, everybody. Like, let's not lose our minds here. Let's stop comparing him to regular motherfuckers.
But that's the thing. He in the hood. How many superheroes in the hood? Meteor Man ain't out here.
That's true, man. I guess.
You feel me? That's why they so fucked up. And whenever they see superheroes or think of superheroes, they think of Captain America, Thor. They see these people on television. Yeah. So they got this nigga in the hood, fresh out the bin. You feel me? He got his little Latina girlfriend and shit, wearing cutoffs and hoodie. Yeah, he's accessible. Yeah. He out now in Rucker Park or something, throwing around big ass tires and jumping like a nigga. So like he's super nigga for free, nigga.
Yeah, super nigga.
So what I can understand, these kids going crazy. Like I love the fact that they show him he's the neighborhood superhero, man.
Yeah, he really is. I love it. Still weird, but
yeah, you know. And Nike won't give him endorsements. Claire looking around like Claire, and the thing is, she always like trying to keep it together. Like right now we're in the scene where she's like, you sure you can't be hurt by nothing? You gotta be thinking about shit. She always the one like the last episode. She's like, you need to get this money.
Yeah, she's the voice of reason.
Yeah. But are we not all thinking the same thing though too? Like, not a Judas, but a bullet doesn't hurt you anymore. That's great. That's wonderful. We've dodged that one. But what about the next Judas Bullet 2.0? You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what Claire's talking about.
I actually thought about that because I'm like, wait, something can kill you for sure.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a way. Like I don't know. I've thought of some pretty twisted things as far as like ways that Luke Cage could die.
Wow.
Like I really had a moment and contemplated on it. I was like, what if somebody poisons him?
Remember Black Mariah said that in the first season. Remember when she was still developing the character? She was like, can he bleed? You tell her to Cornell, can this poison work? But one thing, I'm asking you guys since y'all didn't finish the season yet, but y'all fought enough, I believe. Did they not have this air of death like Claire was going to die for you guys? Because for me, when I was watching all these lovey-dovey scenes, I kept on feeling like, Claire going to die.
Yeah.
Well,
also...
not quite.
Wait, well, let me ask this too. How many of the other Netflix shows have you guys watched? Besides, you said you saw Jessica Jones. You saw Jessica Jones. Mm-hmm. You guys seen Daredevil? Mm-mm. Iron Fist?
No.
Hell no.
Okay, I think one of the reasons why I had this feeling is because in all of those shows someone dies at some point. And I guess y'all got a lick of it with Cottonmouth dying in season 1. And who died in Jessica Jones? Oh, the black cop. And it was often the thing. But yeah, I just had this air of Clef been around all this time. Clef finna die. But if y'all ain't get that feeling, then it's good.
I had a feeling she was gonna go away.
Yes.
But not die.
Okay.
And y'all, I knew she wasn't gonna stay.
Well, that's
do y'all
what
know
happened.
about the connection between Jessica and Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know about that, right? So yeah, so y'all go like, okay. So
it made it obvious. So like, even when I first said, I'm like, oh, this is cute. I wonder, when it's gonna end up.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
I mean, they got a whole fucking kid together, so.
Right.
Yeah, so like that split is gonna happen eventually. So
It has to.
Yeah, and yeah.
That's why if you watching Jessica Jones season 2, you just looking at Julio from Power like, nigga, it's not long for you.
Right.
Like,
your days are numbered.
Your days are numbered, Julio. Sorry, you gotta go back to Ghost. So what's going on in this scene, man? We got Mariah Shades. Mariah done kicked out the Comanche again because she just be shitting on Comanche. And I'm asking you guys this. Did you believe their romance?
No, I just expected for him to get pissed when they just choked the fuck out of her and throw her back out that damn window.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry.
What about you?
How'd you really feel?
This romance is so weird and awkward.
Yes,
for me.
it's very uncomfortable.
It's so, like, the first time I saw them kiss, I was like, ew, 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 ew. No.
Right.
No.
It came off as like manipulation. Like
At
trying to control her.
Yeah.
But don't you? Isn't it? I think it's freaking interesting that it goes in the direction of he actually cares for her.
Yeah, it's just
they care about each other. He shot that nigga in the face.
Yeah.
Is that on this episode? One of these episodes, it's coming, huh? That was on the first episode.
I think it is this
I
one.
need a
It's this
nigga to
one.
shoot somebody in the face for me.
Yeah, for disrespecting you.
Yeah.
He shot that
Defend
nigga in
my
the
honor.
face. I don't remember. Maybe it's coming or maybe it's happening. It's in this episode. But yeah, dude, like cause like J.Steel said, like in season 1, I was like, oh, Shay's making a play to manipulate her to get her money. But then you go throughout season 2 and you're like, wait, y'all got feelings and shit. And I think the writers purposely did that because one, they're bad guys, so I think it would fuck with us and be like, and because that's in our society, we don't really, we don't really go with those type of age groups, those type of age differences, especially not the older woman and the younger guy. Right. We often see these old ass niggas with these young ass women, so they just turn it on his head even more. Right. And it was interesting.
He is very interesting and just sitting did nothing for me.
Shades is so intense.
Shades is intense with this one vein that's always popping out of his neck. You really pay attention.
He seems to be going the same speed in every scene too.
Yeah, he's just very intense.
And deliberate. I like it though. I love it.
You like
it's
that?
deliberate.
Yeah, he's an amazing character.
Yeah, and what does he tell? Oh yeah, I forgot I got the subtitles on because I wonder like what are they talking about right now? We're at the point
where she's trying to because your boy they were about to sell the guns to that guy that shot Luke with the Judas bullet. That guy.
Right now,
it's so uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, because Arturo.
I just want to stop them all the time. Like it's just so weird.
Look how she's looking at him.
You can tell she at least really is digging him.
So we're on the part where Shades is trying to get her to sell these guns to Jamaicans because Arturo got arrested because of Luke Cage.
Well, he wants her to sell the painting instead of selling the guns because his whole thing throughout this entire thing is that he wants to hold on to the gun business.
Yeah.
And instead flip something else.
Comanche is not here for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Nah, Comanche is not here for the bullshit.
Comanche is not here for the bullshit.
Enemies, there are none.
No, right.
But, oh yes. Look at that boy. I was looking at her though.
Then we get to Misty, my fave, with her one arm. Every time I see her, I'm just like, oh.
For whatever reason, the effect to make her have one arm, it was good for TV, but it would fuck with my eye a little bit.
Yeah.
When I would see it, I'm like, I can't wait till they give her arm. I just kept saying this, like, give my girl an arm, man.
Yeah, give her her damn arm.
What I say, Marty?
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that actually. I was gonna say that.
To do it.
Yeah. The exact same thing?
Yeah, no, just it's like, oh well, hell, now we gotta watch her. How many episodes we gotta wait for her to get the goddamn arm? I mean, like, how long is it gonna take? Because that's what I want. I mean, it's like, also too, I don't know when and where we get this scene. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but she does kind of kick ass without it.
Yeah.
I love that scene, but that was mostly because Colleen helped give her confidence. I think that's episode 3. I think it's the next episode. But
can we also just real quick say how this show just one-handedly saved, you guys didn't see Iron Fist?
They haven't gotten there yet. They haven't gotten there. That's episode 10.
But they just throughout it though, like they've seen Colleen and stuff already, and she even improves better, I think.
Roxy didn't watch Iron Fist.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
Yeah.
How many seasons is that?
One whack ass season. One whack ass season.
13.
I can't commit myself to that.
I would tell you to spend that time with Daredevil. Daredevil's amazing.
It's better.
Daredevil's amazing.
How long is it? Hour episodes?
All of them are just like Luke.
Yep.
45-minute episodes, 13 episodes.
You would do better just to watch the Defenders.
No.
Yes.
You can watch. That's 8 episodes.
He's right.
That's 8 episodes.
I've seen bits and pieces.
And that's
but the Defenders has nothing on Daredevil season 1 or 2. Daredevil season 1 was so good because the character of
more digestible, though.
the Kingpin character alone sells Daredevil season 1.
Okay.
Kingpin alone, that was a beautiful character, dog. He set the tone for those type of villains that we meet like Bushmaster, like on just like he sets the tone. So yeah, we're here. We're gonna pause. Here go Bushmaster pushing bullets out his skin and his abs and his chest.
This just don't make no sense.
Walk up the street fresh.
This man has this beautiful light pastel colored suit.
Let's describe
on
it.
his amazing dark chocolatey silky skin with them gray eyes.
I need to know
lips.
what color are the socks.
You see socks?
I don't know.
And then these two kids pretending to be Luke Cage, and they fighting over who want to be Luke Cage. And one ongoing thing throughout this, until we have the showdown between Luke Cage and Bushmaster, is Luke Cage is everywhere, and Bushmaster is like, I'm tired of seeing this nigga, bruh. I'm tired of it. And you see the video of Luke Cage saying, "Come for me."
Jamaican niggas though, like they nailed it. They are some of the most prideful. They don't like, cause he feels like Harlem is supposed to be his.
Right.
So he feels a way about this other black man. He don't know who this dude
And he ain't even from here.
Right.
Luke from Georgia in the show.
Exactly.
But when he makes his point later on, I don't know, I think it's in this episode, but do y'all not agree with the fact that like he needs, in order to have Harlem's heart, like you can't have Luke Cage have it already? Like
he said it to his partner.
I mean? Yeah.
He's
like, you agree? He's like, yeah, okay.
Yes.
You gotta remember,
I forgot, y'all wanted to kill Luke Cage.
Yeah, they're rooting actively for Bushmaster.
Exactly.
So
Right.
that's what's going on here.
Exactly what's going on.
So Bushmaster walks up. We find out that's his uncle, Asante is his name, I think. Asante.
Yeah, but we don't even know sort of what the relation is.
Yeah,
but he sort of gives him a smile and
Asante gives him looking like, oh shit,
nigga, what you doing here?
And another moment with that.
They know he a shit starter.
Right.
I'm gonna look at him like, fuck.
Now
Here we go again.
Now we're in the barbershop where Luke Cage pops came to visit. And Luke Cage don't fuck with his Paul.
Asshole Pops.
And everything, all the tension between them is always palpable. And it's just, watching this ongoing relationship build is also a nice layer they added to it. Like, they threw in some great black actors for this season, too.
They really did. Oh, my God. Yeah. Even though I hate Luke Cage's dad, the actor does an amazing job.
Oh, man. He definitely. And he always keeps, he has this intensity as well.
Right.
Rest in peace, man. Reggie Cathy? That's his name, Reggie Cathy.
That's it. Reggie
yeah,
Cathy.
but one was going to come back to me. Yeah. He was also in House of Cards, as a matter of fact.
He was.
Yeah, man. House of Cards. Sidebar. Did anyone watch House of Cards?
No.
I did, yeah.
I watched like a season.
I saw an episode.
I was wondering how is it since have they dropped that season without Kevin Spacey?
They haven't yet.
They haven't dropped it yet? Okay.
Not yet.
So, Claire comes around. Her and Luke are they in a weird place yet?
No. She's just still worried about him. That's all. They're not
she's just
weird.
kind of concerned, but they're not in that bad place yet.
So what the hell's going on here?
She comes. So his dad just comes in the. I forget what he comes in for.
Oh, this is when she first gets acquainted with how much he dislikes his father, because that becomes her storyline for a second. That she, thinks he needs to fix this part of himself because that's adding to his anger issues that's building. And one thing about him in this, the way they play it, is this quiet anger that comes out, like it's that kind of it builds and then it lashes, and that's scaring her. That's definitely scaring her. So it's an ongoing building block of. And how do you guys feel about their relationship, Claire and Luke? Do you feel like she's overstepping her bounds with this situation?
No,
or
she's literally saved this man from death a few times. She's acting accordingly, but for me, like I said before, because I know what I know about, Luke Cage's romantic life and where shit goes, it was hard for me to truly connect because I knew it wasn't gonna last. But as far as what happens with their relationship and how, her whole attitude and behavior, she was justified.
So it's pushing him to talk to his father.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Rox?
I agree with
I get
that. Because I think her angle is you can't keep walking through the world as you have taken on this responsibility with no people.
Right.
Like, you need your humans. So.
And you need your humanity.
Yep.
Feel like. So we on going Misty trying to find her way, because it's so awkward. Misty trying to find her way back to her spot in this police department, and this Faith Evans looking motherfucker who tried a little bit too hard in some of her scenes.
She and
Nandi.
Bucking and bucking and ready to fight.
She did a lot.
She was a lot.
They throw their shots.
She did do a lot. Yeah, you're right. And I've seen her be like, I feel like I've seen her be a lot better.
You've seen this actor before?
Oh yeah. Faith Evans.
Yeah, Faith Evans. She
played Faith Evans in Notorious. And
okay, that's why she looks familiar.
She was also in this Yelling at the Sky or something. This indie movie that was on Netflix with where she was like Zoe Kravitz's sister. And like Gabrielle Sidibe was in it too for like a short little minute. Yeah, she's really, really good. She can be more reserved. I don't know why she was kind of playing it. I don't know. Everybody's in this comic book show, and some folks play it over the top a little bit. But she was doing a little bit more. So I don't know. But I've seen her be better. I feel so. I don't know.
Look at Misty, you're always doing some shit that's against the rules.
Yep.
Always control.
I mean, once again, at a point she's gonna become a vigilante. So they sow these seeds with her throughout both of these seasons that at some point she's gonna.
Oh, it just makes so much sense. Then.
Go against the grain. Yeah. Like I'm really fingers crossed on the Colleen Wing, the Daughters of the Dragons. Her and Colleen are the Daughters of the Dragon Squad, and I want them to get their own show where they just do their own detective work, kick ass, and take names.
That'd be awesome.
If we get a Heroes for Hire, we gotta get that too, right?
If we get Heroes for Hire, it just gotta be all four of them: Danny, Luke, Misty, and Colleen. Because the thing is, Colleen and Misty have been Heroes for Hire before. Like that's been the four of them. They've been a squad in that area, so I can see all the four of them just having this show.
Really having a moment right now.
Marvel's kicking ass.
They're always having a moment, but it just feels like they have content everywhere.
Like
it's not stopping.
Been there years.
Yeah.
We about to do Ant-Man and the Wasp next, and then after that, Ant-Man and the Wasp is their last thing, isn't it? Until we get to the next Avengers, right? No, until Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be beautiful. So
I like this actor here, the one who plays the lawyer.
Oh, the lawyer's amazing. Yeah. I think it's amazing. But Misty just almost got the information out of Arturo, and the lawyer came in. He's very consistent, and if you leave with him, you're shady because he's shady. Mm-hmm. He here for the money, and
if he's here, you're leaving.
You're leaving, yeah.
So look, his face is even like, you can't tell me anything.
He was perfectly cast. I would love to see the auditions for this role, and when you get to him, you're probably like, oh man, Tim, yep, this is what I want.
He's just appropriately petty.
Yep. Very petty.
Yeah, that's a spot on observation.
That is exactly.
Appropriately petty. I like that.
Yes. Yeah. And the Mr. Light Skin Chief Officer just keep on giving Misty the shits.
Oh, I struggled with this guy, man, for a while, but he won me over eventually. But I just really struggled with that character. How did that?
Wait, which character?
The Chief, light skin one.
Yeah. I went back and forth.
I did too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Are you on board with him now? As far as where you are in the series?
No.
I
was like,
still okay. All right.
No.
Wait, what are you really trying to do here? I couldn't tell. It felt like he had too many ulterior motives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he had too much.
I just I'm whatever on him. I can't wait till we get to a little further into what goes on with this chibi guy.
Yeah.
But back to Luke. Luke is on a mission, man, and the Jamaicans. He doesn't even know yet. He doesn't even know about Bushmaster at this point.
He doesn't even know he exists.
No, right? He still think Nigel's running shit, dog.
Right.
So that's very interesting. And damn, I can't wait till we get to. Well, at this point, anybody listening just listening to hear our opinions, they already know it's coming. But Luke is on the hunt to figure out, who's taking over Arturo's spot, and just the feats of strength are pretty cool. How they show them how to deliver it with Luke Cage, because it's the little things. He lives his life as a superpowered human being. We gotta see him doing superpowered shit.
Yep.
You talk about appropriately petty, Roxy, when he interrogating this one dude and then squash him in the weights. Did he have to do that, man, like that?
No.
Like, the fuck,
he didn't. This man is about to have a heart. Look at him. He about to die.
Yeah. bit much for me. I was like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
See, he didn't even have to do that.
Nah, but once again, like, it's sowing the seeds of Luke, bruh. Like, you letting this position corrupt you slowly, but, like, it's seeds. It's seeds.
Right.
Because Claire keeps telling them, like, you understand how your anger comes out at times when you're out in the field. And they're doing a lot of showing with this versus telling as much. So, where we at? We back in with y'all, nigga. Y'all can talk about it.
Yeah, we
Talking
back
to his
in
uncle.
My favorite Jamaican nigga in a Jamaican restaurant.
Jamaican restaurant with daddy.
Oh, man. Bush Daddy.
And he's sitting there with his uncle.
That's his uncle.
Yeah. And they're basically going back and forth. And like we said...
Who I call his conscience.
Yes.
That is his conscience.
Uncle was always trying to talk some life into this boy.
Right.
Yeah, bro. And even here, he said, bro, drop this shit, bro.
Right.
Come on, man. We can do our thing, but, you know, Uncle giving the perfect side eye. And you see, like, throughout these episodes, I think since Jessica's the most behind, I don't want to spoil anything. But throughout these episodes, you see that he has this cause. And
he does. Wait, he does. I did get that far to see another side of him, and I loved it. And
righteous
when
anger.
I was really like, okay, villain. And I feel like, I always say this, I feel like some of the best villains are ones that we can sympathize with.
All of I think those are the best villains to me. Even though I could always dig a psycho, I love the villains with reason. The ones where you can almost get behind them.
There's so many layers.
Righteous anger. And his uncle just trying to, you know, get you know, calm him down. And he talking about the nightshade that he uses.
Yeah, so that's what he uses to be who he is, to be the master of the bush.
Or to be super, to be able to, you know, to be able to stand toe to toe with anybody, to be able to take those bullets.
Right.
And once again, Luke Cage comes on the television. And he's like, Luke Cage, what's that thing he does?
They just compare him to Usain Bolt, and they did the two.
Oh, that pisses off all the Jamaicans.
That's a Jamaican.
It's a West Indian thing.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
stop sucking your teeth at me.
That's Batman click.
But yeah.
And in this scene, he said exactly what you said. All of mid birthright.
Yep. So
you
he
know?
explains his beef with Luke Cage after seeing that video, which he basically is like, this nigga in my turf.
And that's a funny thing about this whole season. Personal, actual beef with Mariah. Luke just in his way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even hate you. You just in my way.
And the uncle tries to talk him down because Luke is actually against Mariah, which is actually, you know, helpful to his overall
cause. He's a superhero on top of it.
So, yeah.
So, but once again, I want it all. Tattoos, socks, and drawers.
Hey.
You hear me? So now this woman, nice, beautiful, dark-skinned woman, they always have just all these shades of blackness on this show. And she's advised Mariah that she needs to get in touch with her daughter Tilda to humanize her a bit, especially after everything that's been going down with the family in season 1.
Right.
And the wheels are turning with Mariah because, of course, she'll do anything to, you know, to seal the deal, so to speak. And yeah, I like how they even brought Tilda in because I didn't even know Mariah had a daughter, but once again, they didn't say that she didn't have a daughter. So look, we're gonna make it all work, and you know that's the baby mama from the game, Derwin Davis. Got her knocked up. If y'all any of my game watchers.
Wait, who?
Tilda.
You watched the game?
I used to watch the first couple of seasons when it was funny. Then it got dramatic when it went to BT, and I kind of fell off it.
A lot of people told me, all my friends used to watch it, and I refused to watch it.
No, the game was hilarious when it was funny. The first few seasons.
It changed.
When it became a dramedy or something. It got weird. Like when it was whoever was it UPN? Whoever did the original.
UPN was the original. Yeah.
That's what was funny. Like if you're gonna watch the first 3 seasons and just say fuck it.
It was real,
It was funny. Like
it was dope. It was cool. I think I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd like it. Maybe
you liked it. You liked it in its BET phase as well.
I watched the first season, maybe the second of the BET phase, and then they sort of restructured it where they took away Derwin and
that was something else too. They took out the main characters that it was built around.
Yeah, and then I just was like, okay, well, I guess I'm leaving too, y'all.
And because it wasn't a sitcom anymore when it went to BET.
Not really. It got more dramatic and like.
So it was
off. It was a little off.
Okay. It was like a sitcom.
Off, yeah.
So now with Comanche and Shades, and Comanche calling Shades balls, like basically like, man, why you letting her run you? And he like, man, nah, man, we partners. That's my chick, man. You better calm the fuck down. Comanche like, bro, look, I know you would use that nigga, and it's just confusing me. That's basically what it seemed like. But, you know, Comanche the only nigga... Shades only lets Comanche talk that real to him like that, it seems.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lets him get away with a lot. Oh, hell yeah.
That's the scene we're getting to right now. Oh my God, because he's there to talk to Otoro to talk business. We're here to talk business, Shades.
Oh, Lord.
Look you out because of our
It's
lawyer.
business for Shades.
And Arturo came out like, the fuck you doing in here? This is great. This is a great scene.
And he felt like you gave him a defective Judas bullet. Nah, it wasn't defective. Just Luke is a super nigga. And you gotta just ride with that. Super nigga Luke.
Can't get mad, baby.
Cause it's so funny in this scene, bro. Cause Comanche don't even expect it to go down like this. You can see on Comanche's face, like, wait, shit. Like, I'm about shit, nigga, but I ain't know to be this shit, nigga. Like,
action.
For real, son. And what did he specifically say to get his ass shot? She's got a hard. Oh, called her old bitch.
Yep, you called her old bitch.
Said Missy has a hard.
Oh, yeah,
he said something in Spanish. Yeah, I was about to say, he said
yeah.
something in Spanish, and I was like, I don't know what he said.
Mariah in Spanish.
That's what the caption say. So he called her. Oh, then he just blew it, man. Shades like, look at Comanche. Comanche like, oh shit, boom. Niggas, we had to do it. Y'all did. Comanche says, damn, my nigga.
Must be ridiculous.
Oh, God.
I think at that point, I was like, oh, he really cares about
her. Yeah, man. I shoot a nigga in the head for you.
Oh, God.
I was like, Arturo thought he was about to get wild in Spanish and saw his Dio de la Muerta. He died.
Done. Say what's up to, what's my nigga, the Disney movie? What's the Disney movie with the Hispanics and the dead shit?
Coco.
Shouts out to Coco, nigga. You going to see his people. But, I haven't seen the movie yet, by the way.
You need to watch and review that.
Coco?
Yeah.
I don't ever review the Disney movie.
No, but we should.
We've never reviewed a
Look
Disney
at the
movie.
idea I just gave you.
Let me tell you something.
What's
I don't know if I'll be able to talk about it without being in tears.
This is how this is funny.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You just mentioned you wanted to start a Disney podcast.
I did.
She said it a few hours ago, and now you're saying review a Disney movie.
I'm
a Disney nerd.
I love Disney.
Yeah,
Coco made me cry.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I felt I felt double that.
I couldn't breathe. You know that cry when you can't breathe. Yeah. That's what Coco.
Just no spoilers. So now we back with Misty. We in this pitiful ass Misty Nub scene because they wasn't giving this girl no leeway. Niggas was ribbing her, laughing at her.
Yeah, I was like, when is this gonna stop?
I'm like, when she gonna whoop one of these niggas' asses? Because it was a little over the top when a nigga just looking at her nub and laughing.
Like, hold up, wait.
Your
Are
injury
we really doing this?
And they have.
That what
many
your
times
injury
her
makes
protest
everyone.
The one arm bitch or the one arm protective, and I'm like, what?
Can you not get fired for being that insensitive? I mean, like, does that?
You should be able to.
Does that happen? Is that cool?
Like in a police station, cool. I guess it's
I get
a lot of stuff's overlooked.
Like I said, there's two things that make me like be tripped out throughout this series. One, the shit that she gets for all that time of having a nub, and two, spoiler alert, when Luke has his situation with Bushmaster, how they will not let that go for the rest of the series. Like, oh Luke, nigga gave it to you. So anyway, Misty comes to where Shades murdered Arturo. And she does the Misty power thing. I love how they always portray how she sees a scene. And I'm just like, Shades. Like, I'm even seeing Misty in this space makes me go back to the love of Shades. The passion of the Shades.
Passion of the Shades.
Shades gets away with a lot of criminal shit when you think about his character as a whole.
And I think that's a part of his swag because he knows he's going to get the fuck away with it too.
I mean, he maneuvers, man. He's a professional, man. That's one thing about Shades is about the code. That's a problem he was having with Cottonmouth as a point, you know what I mean? It's the code of, just like handling things in a certain way.
Yeah.
And we get to Luke. Luke's here. Luke's around.
Standing in the shades. He's standing. Yeah, he is standing in the shade.
In a way, but his big booming bald head. And one thing about Luke, bro, whether he wearing makeup or not, this man got like perfect ass skin. Like,
yeah.
It's beautiful.
You can't tell his age. If he just keeps up his health regimen, he could be Luke Cage for the next 10 to 20 and just be Luke Cage.
Right.
Like, money's always there for Luke. Did y'all hear about, we don't watch Supernatural. I haven't been watching Supernatural, but apparently the company was like, look, CW like, look, we'll keep making Supernatural as long as y'all want to keep making Supernatural. And they're only at 14th season.
Damn.
14 seasons.
I love that. Lord.
And they have a job for like another 14 if they want it.
That's amazing.
Imagine being there. They said, look, as long as y'all want to keep printing this money. And apparently the conceit of Supernatural is like, if you watch the show, you understand. I don't watch the fucking show, but you understand how it can be stretched for as long as you want. Because they basically like dealing with like fairy tale. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't watch
I feel like I need to watch it now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I
14.
want to start that one.
It's a lot of seasons.
I watched 14 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, so I'm about that life.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Didn't I just say she tried
guys.
to start watching it and then couldn't like stop at season 5 or 6 or something like that?
I think Naja said she got she got the 6th one. I think she got the 12 ones or something like that. I think she got close to the end and then stopped again.
Okay, yeah.
Shouts out to Naja, man. I hope you're listening.
This time when I finished it, I started from the beginning. I had the original time I did it, I had gotten to like season 8.
I just don't get into hospital shows.
Yeah.
I don't like dramas.
Especially hospital drama. The only hospital show I could watch was Scrubs.
Yeah, I couldn't watch that either.
Scrubs hilarious. So where are we?
We are in Tilda's herb shop.
We finally see the mother-daughter. Yeah.
And Mariah walks in, very awkward reunion. You can tell they probably haven't seen each other in a very long time. And the daughter actually looks really fucking disgusted to see her mom.
Right.
Totally disgusted.
Right.
And a bit betrayed. Like, how dare you step into my place of peace?
That's the second person that they talk about can't act. People say Tilda can't act.
What?
I enjoy her.
I think she's very natural.
I don't know. Right. What else do they want her to do?
I don't know.
I think
I don't know. I'm an actor and I hear these things and I was like, I didn't have.
saying this?
I don't think so. It's people.
Exactly.
Oh,
there you
okay.
go. They don't know.
Fair enough.
They'll be alright.
But people listening, Roxy just nodded at me like 50 times. Like, what do you fucking expect?
Yes.
Right.
And throughout this scene, it's just hard for me to take in is Mariah sincere or is she trying to manipulate her daughter? Or is it some amalgamation of both because that's
like
just what Mariah
she's
may be?
definitely trying to use her, but I think there's also a certain layer of shame there.
Yeah.
Because she knows she hasn't been there for her daughter. So I think it's,
I think it hard up started with manipulation, but then as it got deeper into the conversation, it became like, oh, I miss my baby.
And it's a hard thing for a child, I think, to really hold a strong grudge with a parent.
Yeah.
Especially the parent coming into their life. Because I think she got caught off guard. And then there's this piece of her that's knowing she's been betrayed in the past, but still wants to give her mom that shot. And I think her mom knows that.
Yeah.
You dig? I think they were greatly cast. I can believe that they're mother and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as far as looking at them. But like it just makes me wonder where it's gonna go at this point of me watching it. Damn, I wish you guys would have finished because there's a lot of things I wish you guys would finish because there's a lot of things I wish I could just speak on and people listening might even know. Well, but we're gonna just keep it here. We're gonna keep it honest.
Keep it right here.
Right here in episode 2.
Right there.
You dig? Like, so she kicks her mom out because she doesn't fully trust her.
Yeah,
and
she
then we
doesn't
get
trust her motives at all, which is understandable. Seriously.
Especially being who her mother is.
Exactly. Right.
But we get this thing that's understood that when she likes her mom, she calls her mommy. When she has beef with her mom, she calls her mother.
Right.
And that plays throughout this whole season at a point.
Yeah.
Or not. But she still wants. You can tell she's longing for the connection.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is.
So who Luke going to visit right now? Cockroach. Did y'all know that Cockroach and Misty Knight were husband and wife?
Yeah.
Really?
In real life, those two actors.
What?
So
That adds another layer.
So fucking meaner.
That's right.
My husband up. Like, bitch, don't play with me.
That adds a whole nother level and layer to their scenes for me when I watch it.
They probably crack up about it later.
Yeah.
Because he gives it to her, bruh. He be giving it to her. In every scene, he be giving it to her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, he knows he can push the buttons.
I love that. That's pretty great.
It is great.
So Luke knocks on Cockroach's door.
Look at messy grandma.
Yeah, like the Cockroach's son is in all of him. Cockroach's wife or girlfriend, whoever she is like, I'm not trying to get my ass beat no more. Close the door on Luke, and like you said, messy neighbor, run it. What about it? Because she is so natural. I love this lady, this actor.
They found this lady. This was somebody.
She probably lives
right there. Right there.
Exactly.
You want to be in the show, baby?
I need you to say these lines there.
Just say this shit. I know you probably done been here before.
I like how she
I
offers
like how
him
yes,
coffee, and
she
he like kind of
flirts with
chuckles,
him.
and he's like,
it still works, babe.
He's like, write your number down, baby. I'll call you if he shows up. Hell, I might call you even if he don't show up.
Look, yeah, look, you hear me?
Brandy was lusting.
Oh yeah. She's like, I hope you kick his ass. You have a blessed day. You gotta love that.
So now Shay's got to go back and tell Mariah that they murdered Arturo, basically. Or they can't do further business with Arturo. But does he tell her that he murdered her because you're talking shit?
Comanche says old boy was talking shit. And
why'd you kill him before you got the money? Yeah, because this is the shit that's going to lead him to have to fuck with Bushmaster because he killed Arturo before he could get the damn money. Right. And Shay's trying to say, well, he said he's going to snitch on us to Missy. That's why I did it. Yeah, sure, guy. No, that Alfred Woody, dang, you know what I mean? That box is popping.
So, knowing now, well, you all know that my man Comanche has an ulterior motive, right? Sorry.
I don't think they're there.
Yeah, of course.
Do I think that far? I don't think they're there. Nah.
But you know
what?
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
I'm not there.
It's still like
but
there.
I can believe that.
So let's leave that on the table till Steel catches up.
All right, fair enough.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
We'll come back.
I'm sorry.
So now they're down to Cockroach and Nigel. And she says one's impulsive and the other one is too ambitious, and that's a real thing. And Shades once again is always. It's so often that we get this same position of Shades grabbing this woman by her arms and looking her deep in her soul and talking to her.
Vein.
I see the vein. I got that vein off the times too, so I can't talk shit.
Mariah is dickmatized.
She is so dickmatized.
I mean, they're both attized because he's shooting niggas in the head that he need to do business
shot a
with.
nigga in the head.
And she just like once he put those Shades eyes on her, she's like, all right.
Yes.
Let's whatever you say, just get it
It's all
done.
gonna be okay.
You have the best ideas.
So Luke roll up in this goddamn club.
That's like a scene from Belly.
Don't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's some nice blues.
Yeah.
It's some nice, it's some nice shades up in there, man. Who you about to come to? This we about to go holler at Cockroach and get shot out a window?
Yeah.
Is this what's about to happen?
Yep.
Because I was like, God damn, Luke, bro. You let Cockroach take it to you, dog. Like, what's up, bro?
Luke be going through it, man.
Luke does, man. Because it's got to
really be going through it.
Because you would think, because that's one thing that has to be a tough problem to have, and an interesting one too when you deal with a superhero that can't be hurt, but he's not really fighting superpowered people at all times. Right. So you got to do some mental shit, or there got to be some awkward positions you put him into for you still to ride along with his drama. You know what I mean? Whether it's his love life, whether it's a precarious position, whether it's he can't really fuck a nigga up like he want to, but you can only see him get shot up for so long before you're like, okay, these people need to figure out other ways to hurt this man.
Right.
Every time they go to shoot him, I'm like, haven't we already clarified that this don't work?
But I love that first guy established it for all the rest of them at the top of the season. Like, my boss got to know we tried. You know what I mean? Like, we can't go back with just, nothing out of our guns had to have been shot.
Right.
And I don't know what kind of gun this is. Cockroach shoots him out the window with.
What that was. Look at this nigga.
I felt good for him, like, cause he's such a despicable human being. Like, really, he feels like, dog, he's the most ain't shit nigga on this show.
Yeah.
Everybody else that's bad has an air of gravitas about them.
Right.
Cockroach is
he has nothing redeeming about him.
Like, at least the other ones, like, show some evidence that they care for women. Cockroach.
Empathy of some sort.
It's just like, fuck women.
Fuck everybody.
Everything that breathes and lives outside
my kid. Yep. And I love how he shot Luke and then got the fuck. He's like, I don't even want to give him a... Like, if some niggas would have followed Luke down there to finish the job, not, nigga, no, that's a super nigga. You shoot him out the window and you bounce.
Fuck it, right.
He ain't got nothing on you. He shouldn't have ran up on you in the first place. So what they talking about here with Clay and Bobby? I love Bobby, man. Like that actor is just an endearing person. Like he's somebody I would cast in everything.
Hell yeah.
Just give Bobby Fish a role.
Oh yeah, Bobby's talking about how he's talking the Nike folks into a real good deal, and he's only gonna take his standard 10%.
And that's what we just basically established that he's just good peoples.
Yeah.
He's just good peoples. I hate like later down in the I forgot we can't talk.
Oh.
Anyway.
No.
Oh, you don't even know, and now you don't even know what it can be. So I'm glad that now you're gonna be expecting something, and you know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. Ha 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 ha. People listening know. Ha ha.
I'm gonna block that out.
So, but Bobby give her that real. He's I don't know if this is sexist or nice. Just be a woman, not his mother. Stop mothering the boy.
It's real.
Running with this man, bruh. Straight up. And you could tell, I'm like, Bobby just rings to me as an old school throwback player that just got old, and now he just see life in a different way.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm like, let me see 21-year-old Bobby. Bobby had all the hoes. Hashtag Bobby had all the hoes.
Bobby still got the hoes.
Look at her. She'll fuck Bobby. You gotta watch this.
No, I would not. What?
What old person we was talking about with you that you like? I'm trying to remember. You wasn't Morgan Freeman.
No, definitely not.
It was somebody else. I remember it at some point. Right, it was too fast. Maybe it was. Maybe she had some secret shit.
No, we're not gonna go there. No.
So I go Claire saving lives as usual, and this man Luke, he's all fucked up. This man just got his.
Like I said, #, Luke be going through it.
This nigga's shoulder got knocked out his socket, and that hurt. Y'all wanna know what hurt, nigga? Bones getting ripped up, nigga.
Right. He can take all sorts of pain, but don't readjust his bones.
Oh man, she did that shit smooth too.
Yeah.
And once again, they about to get into it again.
And you can see her just getting frustrated again on top of the concern that she already had.
And she brings up Matt. That's Daredevil. You know what I mean? Matt. But is this the final straw with them, or is this just another argument?
No, it's another argument.
Yeah, this is
final straw was a little later.
And because the thing about it is like what comes up between them a lot is what makes a hero, what is a hero. Cover like a lot of it is just. And she tells him, "You're not mad at me, you mad at everybody else." And this is when he also starts showing, like, dude, you got some anger that you need to freaking deal with, like. And she's bringing up his dad again, and that's just like, stop bringing up my dad, stop bringing up the shit, I'm tired of the shit. You know what I mean? And it's obviously a point that he needs to heal from. And Diamondback comes up.
Ugh, he even said his name, and I was like, oh God, can we just not say his name?
And the thing about Diamondback is the way season 1 ended, bruh, that doctor was going to recreate the same thing that he made Luke with. So which means
he's gonna come back.
He's gonna come back. Now I'm gonna say this, spoiler alert to you guys, he doesn't come back in this season, luckily.
Thank God.
But season 3, we might see the return of Diamondback.
Oh Lord.
And hopefully he's been reading everybody's opinions. And just
calm down, dude.
Calm down.
Shit.
You're an actor. You're an actor. You're an actor.
Chill.
So
just don't talk.
So Luke tells him, man, stay out my goddamn head. Basically, stop nagging me, woman. Stop nagging me. Stop nagging me. You can tell Claire just wants to help. Claire's just trying to help. He's trying to talk. And Luke ain't trying to hear none of his talking. And is this when Bushmaster is coming in to get up with Tilda because he needs some more of that nightshade. And this man, he moves like a goddamn nightshade. And he enters the room. And he puts nightshade on her mind because he asked. I remember she even establishes that he asked for this random assortment of things that's odd to her. Even the list when she reads it, she's like, "What the fuck?" He's still bleeding through his goddamn shirt.
He is, yeah.
So that has to be off-putting, at least a little bit.
Wait, and she says that he uses it for OBEAH.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that word was. I don't know what you were saying just now.
She looked at the ingredients and she looked back up at him and said, "This is used for."
I don't know. I think it was just I don't remember what he said. But as she puts them together, she's curious, and he's giving her every look in the world, every Martin Vance Bradford look. He keeps giving it to her. And dude, niggas be fucking with me about this character nowadays. Like, man.
Yeah, there's definitely some parallels with y'all.
And I'm like, bruh,
sure.
Let me hit 40 and I'll just be him. He's me at 40 something. I just wish I had that height, because he got the height with it too, son. Yeah. But yeah, dude, whoever's designing the clothes on here, they're picking some great shit.
They really are.
and we move into this club. Once again, Harlem's Paradise. They got all the great music this season. Every time they come through, somebody's playing.
And last season was amazing, but this season too,
my
like
gosh.
it's just been phenomenal. I think
y'all like this season's
4.
music?
Yes.
You don't?
Last season.
Oh God!
Better run away.
The guy that doesn't like Black Panther.
What?
See.
Oh my God!
Look at Roxy's face.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah,
Lamar.
man. Lamar don't even like Black Panther, bruh.
Such betrayal.
Lamar.
Let me defend myself.
No,
you can't defend yourself from that.
I don't want your excuses.
It's not possible.
If I may.
No.
So this
Who are
is,
you? Why are
this
you
is-
here?
This is what I said. I said that.
And you can hear this on FlyWithBats Podcast. Just fine.
You can.
The Black Panther review. When Marty says he doesn't love Black Panther.
Okay, so I was sitting down there, opening night, and the end of the movie happened, and I'm just like, I really, I liked that. I liked that a lot. I didn't love it, but I liked that a lot.
Marty, you don't like being black?
She said you don't like being black.
She's so serious though.
I was wondering.
I love it. It's awesome. It's amazing, and it was fun for like a month where everybody greeted each other like that. That was nice.
The shade.
Then y'all niggas forgot all about it and shit. Niggas started coming up, motherfuckers.
It's Wakanda forever.
You start doing that shit, well, niggas
Okoye,
like, oh yeah, that's right.
Denai Guerrero, Okoye is currently the face of Reebok, so we ain't forget.
Yeah, I love her.
She's the face of the new face of Reebok. That's amazing. Black Girl Magic, and you know where that came from.
Why you always make me like I don't like Black Panther, man? You always.
This is like I always remind everybody the guy that
It's
does
like,
not
I'm the
love
villain
Black
now.
Panther.
I'm a villain.
There's
now.
something else that you don't like
What
that's
made
crazy.
you feel like you didn't love it? What?
I didn't love it. Like, here's the thing, though. Like, I cannot describe the joy I feel when I hear that. Like the first time we see Wakanda for the first time, like I can't put that into words. Like it's just a feeling of pure
like
joy.
Going back home.
Yeah, and like literally, and like I there are moments about it that I really like that captured me and that will always be in my spirit. But it's like just the overall experience of the movie, what I was sort of expecting from it. You kind of twist in the fact that I'm like I love Michael B. Jordan, but just sort of like it's like there are a couple places where I'm like I don't really know what's coming.
He doesn't like Black Dynamite either. There's something about things with black. Something about Marty and things with black.
Like black things.
Okay, Can I also? Marty hates things. Yeah. No, I just.
Hey, if you don't like Black Dynamite and Black Panther, that's fine.
Black Dynamite. It's just sort of it just didn't speak to me, I guess. So I didn't really catch on to.
It didn't speak to your African American.
Oh no!
I'm gonna ride this wave forever.
Oh my goodness!
Because now it's just in my head. You just don't like. You don't enjoy blackness.
Only black thing he likes is Black Lightning. That's it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Wow.
That is not the only black thing. Oh my god.
So now we're here where Shades. So Tilda finally comes through and holler at her mama Mariah. Shades is instantly jealous. He instantly seems like he wants to kill this woman because
He's like, that's my mommy.
They're the same damn age.
Oh my god! Like he didn't even hide
From
his
that
disdain.
moment though, I was like, he gonna try to kill Tilda.
Bruh, he never hit that want at least.
I was surprised by that.
Comanche even be petty. It tells it, oh, baby girl took your shot. And then give that long look.
So
Petty.
Comanche is a petty one.
You dig? Appropriately
That's
petty.
appropriately petty. That needs to go on the shirt.
It needs to be. Because sometimes it is pretty appropriate.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna make it.
Man, hey. Throwing it out there. Holla at you dig. Holla at D-Mac with you dig, man. It sounds like something that go on one of his shirts. Collab on that there, bro. But yeah, man, I'm into. I was like at this point of this show, I was like, where are these threads going? Shades was just telling Mariah that we had the Jamaicans basically. Mariah's trying to get tight with her daughter again. Luke is just on his own little brigade, and once again, at times, Luke is the least interesting character on the show. It's almost like he takes a back seat. And during this montage, we have Claire going on her own kick. Do you think she was wrong? How do you feel about her going to see his father on the slick? Like, she goes to see his sermon. And she eventually talks to him later. Mrs. Montez also was seeing, you know, Nightshade Man, Bushmaster make him some Nightshade.
I'm gonna look up the name of it. I think it's I don't know. I don't want to say it's a form of voodoo, but it's something. Cause she called it.
But thing is, Nightshade comes up in the comics, but I'm not gonna speak on what about it until we get to the last episode, because other than that would be a spoiler. But it's interesting seeing him push these bullets. I think some good effects of him with him pushing these bullets out and healing, and how the effects of Nightshade and the background with the sermon. They use the music and the sermon, and they layers, man, layers.
Right, so many layers.
And the intensity of Bushmaster. He's like the devil, like that's what he represents in this. If you even just watching it without sound, he's like the demon. And then they show us the freaking domestic abuse situation. Like, this is a beautiful scene. With the sermon from the dad, with Claire watching it, in the backdrop of Bushmaster freaking demoning out, to an actual evil going on with Cockroach beating up his woman, blaming her for Luke Cage coming and find him. And all the shit going on in the club is like, dude, the way that they use, because Marty don't like the music, but the music to me is,
oh my,
it's
a score. It's a part of the story. You know, got old pervert grandma up in this bitch. Like it's the score. Like most shows and stuff has a score without words, but like with black people in our culture, music plays a part in our everyday lives. So they let it be the score for so much that happens story wise in this show. We seen the love and the hate. It's like, it's an amazing scene now that I look back at it.
It is.
And I remember the music being fire with your boy guitar.
Marty didn't like it.
You don't like it, of course not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am so kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on, Marty.
I'm kidding. I like this one actually. We will get to. No, yeah, there are a couple episodes down the way where it'll be like, okay, y'all, break this one down for me. Break this one down for them. Okay, we'll get there. Anyway,
one thing I give them props on: these are all real artists that they give us some shine to.
Yep.
So
man, last season's music, that the same time that Luke Cage came out, Solange's album had just come out, and I was like, Raphael Sadiq is having the best week ever.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man.
Because when we saw him on Luke, when we bought him on Luke Cage season 1, I was like, whoa, Raphael Sadiq, where you been? What's up?
Don't sing that angel.
You heard me? So Luke gets the call from the old lady, but my thing is this: Luke tells people throughout this show, call me. Hey, if you see such and such, call me. Everybody got your number?
That was my question. He told somebody to call me. I was like, but he didn't give me
your number. Even with the old lady. Like, everybody's got Luke's number. And I feel like, Luke, if you fast as Usain Bolt, you should be faster than, I guess, as somebody put you in slow motion, because my coach can't look like he that fast. We see Cockroach backhand his non-acting ass kid.
Oh, okay, cool. I was about to ask. I thought I was the only one. Okay, cool.
No, he can't act. He can't act.
I was the only
That's somebody's son.
That's somebody's cousin.
Right.
And Luke coming in and whoop some ass. But let me ask you this, Marty. Somebody, you hated Simba and Lion King on Broadway, right?
What?
Oh my God.
Marty, what kind of yo?
But no,
Lion King is the blackest.
The boy on Broadway
wasn't personally disrespected.
But I think.
Are you serious? The little boy on Broadway wasn't black.
What?
The little, like he was he? I don't know. I don't think he was.
Are you sure? Yes.
You saw when he came down here?
Yes. Twice.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, well he was
They
black.
don't cast white people in those principal roles.
Right. It's always black people.
Okay, fair enough.
Always black people.
Meanwhile, Cockroach is getting his ass beat down by Luke Cage. But keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't like both of them weren't like? Didn't all of them become like all of them on TV now? Because one of them was in freaking New Edition movie, right?
That was the same one that's in Stranger Things.
No, but also the other kid that played Ralph also played Simple Before too.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Make your money, King.
Make your money, kids.
He's his Netflix Everything Sucks.
It's
was
cool.
So good.
They canceled it after one season.
That show was so
Everything
good.
Sucks was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
At first I didn't know about it, but I was
it.
like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
And then I loved it.
Yeah, it was cool.
So good.
They handled the story deftly. Like, it was nice how they did that. And he's growing up. He's in his awkward stage right now. He's a little cute kid on New Edition. He's that awkward 12-year-old. I got acne. I don't know if I'm going to be good looking or not yet, but he's going to get there when he gets older. But he still can act. Because he was one of the better child actors in the New Edition movie, Lil Ralphie.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
he stood out for sure.
Hard. You know what I mean?
And then they was giving their own vocals to that.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yes. And he only sang like maybe once. And it's such an he's a little artistic kid. Like, you should watch that bitch. Watch Everything Sucks on Netflix.
I started watching it. It's actually really good. I love it.
So we're at the part where Luke had one of his first of many ain't shit nigga faces while the little boy tries to emote. He sucks.
It's not working.
And sorry, I don't like to pick on little kids, but hey, it is what it is. But Luke Cage beat this man within an inch of his life.
He beat the dog shit out of him.
I was rooting for him too.
And the episode goes off with Luke having an ain't shit nigga face as he looks at the little kid attempt to cry or something.
Or something. It kind of looks like gas mixed. Poor baby. I'm not gonna talk about the baby.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the baby. He tried. He got cast for a reason.
I'm gonna leave him alone. That's
yeah.
No babies.
And that was the end of episode 2, season 2. So how y'all feel about the episode as a whole, man?
Man,
it was good.
Shay shot a nigga in the head.
Yeah.
Behind his girlfriend.
That's just a standout moment, period.
You niggas really need to learn how to love women in that way.
You gotta shoot people in the head.
You gotta do it. Be willing.
Figuratively. Don't
to
actually
defend
shoot
her
people
honor.
in the head.
Don't do that. Don't go to jail.
But figuratively, you should shoot niggas in the head.
And it's very funny and curious that a lot of these episodes this season had women directors. So I wonder how much. Yeah, I wonder how much. Like I said, Lucy Liu was one of them. And I wonder how much they must have relished having scenes like that of.
Who
you know,
directed this one?
I'm not sure. I was tripped out that Lucy Liu's a director now.
Oh, shout out to her. I love that. She's great.
But I don't know. I would have to go to Google or something to find out who directed this last episode. But like, yeah, let's see who directed it. It might have been a woman. I remember they were adamant about that. Right now is a good time to be a woman director, especially the black female director.
I love it
because
there's so many and
they're getting opportunities.
Right.
Like people are especially trying to be aware of it.
Definitely.
And I can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know they say it at the top of the episode. They always say directed by such and such.
Yeah, I like seeing who directs them.
Let's see who directs this episode. Akela Cooper. That's a woman. Oh, Steph Green. That's a dude. That's a dude. This one. Oh, it could be Stephanie, huh?
Yeah, that's a chick. Steph. That's a lady. Steph Green's a girl, woman.
All right, woman. How you felt about this episode, Luke? Marty.
Yeah. Did you hate it?
Traitor.
Speaking of Luke, I just finally watched The Last Jedi for Star Wars people out there. White woman, but still's a woman. White woman directing this black ass show. Go ahead,
clearly Akela Cooper
is a black woman. That is a black woman. I'll take it both ways. I did not hate The Last Jedi. I guess just being a casual fan, you don't hate things like that. But continue what you're saying about this episode.
Oh, I like this episode a lot. The music actually worked for me, so I'm not hating on that. Yeah, this time it worked. I dug it for the most part. And then again, Shade shot somebody in the face. So I mean, how can you not like this episode? Yeah. Taught me how to love a woman.
Good.
It's good. It's good lessons that we can learn from here.
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
Bushmaster teaching me how to dress. What you saying, woman?
I really liked this episode a lot. I liked how I honestly enjoyed, and this is gonna sound strange, to see the building tension between Claire and Luke, because you can tell that something was coming. And then I also liked the reunion between Mariah and Tilda. I thought that was really interesting, and I thought it was interesting how they threw her daughter in there. And one thing I didn't say was that as much as we look at Mariah and Shades in their relationship, when he had that moment towards Tilda, jealousy, it really made me question his motivations again. Mm-hmm. And that was something that really stood out to me when I watched this episode. I'm like, at the top of the episode, I'm like, okay, maybe they really are feeling each other. But then at that moment, I was like, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I just think he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
I just think he wanted his old ass. He might have a mommy complex, like you said, Roxy. I feel like he just wanted his Mariah to himself. Right. And now this woman's getting into his space.
You'll even see more of his relationship towards older women in his life later on in the season. Just something that I thought about with another character's mom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was interesting.
Yeah. He has a reverence for older women in general because he don't give Misty no shit.
No.
Yeah, he don't give his chick Tilda no shit. Mm-hmm. And he's having the stepdaddy complex of at a point the sharing the mother. and he has it quick, instant. Nigga, no, I'm not sharing, little girl. This is mine. This is my woman.
Mommy.
It's your mother. It's my woman. Fall back.
I like this episode a lot because it established a lot of relationships that would be ongoing throughout the rest of the season. Like, again, Shade's clear disdain for Tilda, and that's like a recurring thing, you can tell.
Right. Comanche versus Mariah. We haven't spoken on that much.
We got to see how, Comanche versus Mariah.
She didn't
trust him from the jump.
She don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with her.
We got to see that first little resentment Bushmaster had towards Luke Cage. Like, you got to see all the things that they're starting to build. So I like that about the season a lot.
And it's still seeding. Because I say that the show takes off right at the end of episode 3 for me. Like, everything just takes off. Top episode 4, like, the ass whoop. From the ass whooping on, the season just starts going. It's just like all these seeds set up for that.
Right. I almost quit this season early, honestly, because episode 1 moved real slow for me.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 1 was slow for me. I had watched episode 1 weeks before I started watching the rest of it.
Gotcha.
Oh wow! And I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, I started.
We're just nerds, Marty.
The weekend that it came out, I started it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I ate this show.
Like the next Monday or Tuesday, I started it, and only got through maybe half of the first episode. And I was like, "This is slow as fuck."
Wow.
And then I stopped.
Okay.
That's cool to know.
Everybody was like, "It's such a good season."
Yeah. If you listen,
Bushmaster was what made me want to watch it.
There you go.
If you listen to our last episode, all you're going to hear is me and Marty slurping the Luke Schlong of season 2. He's like, we love this shit.
Yeah, definitely. Twice on Sundays. It was, it was dope. No. No.
Yeah, they are. Very disgusting.
You know what it is? Well, so like I was saying before, like all the villains from the comic book kind of show up in the show, and that first episode is where we really get Piranha Jones. Like, we really get introduced to Piranha Jones, and he's on this whole little thing like, hey, so let me tell you, I'm gonna and I'm like, all this is like, oh, I love all of this. I need more of it. And it's like I ate up every moment of that, but you. No, not really. Wasn't really feeling like that.
It was slow for me.
It was slow. Okay, fair enough.
I noticed that it moved slow because it was seeding, but I'm a comic book nerd, so I was just enjoying every moment.
Yeah, y'all knew how to wait on that.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the action?
Oh, wow.
Where's it going?
Oh, wow. Okay. Good. I don't know. It's something I've heard, too, and I guess just being so into every little thing about it is just, I don't know, it played differently for me, I had a different experience.
I mean, once I got deeper into the season, I appreciated that first episode.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
It was slow.
Fair enough.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it, man. That's all I got. So I think what we got on this episode of Luke Cage, Season 2, Episode 2. We're going to come back with Episode 3. Also, we're going to have Sorry to Bother You. Hopefully, by then, we've all seen that joint. We can run it on Sorry to Bother You. And Ant-Man and the Wasp are coming next. So, we got some shit to be watching and talking about, boys. Movie Pass about to get that action, you heard me? Tell them who y'all are and where they can find y'all, man. Okay, this is that actor guy, Martin Bass. They're gonna learn at some point. You can find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bat. Spell it, Mr. You ain't gonna find me. Once again, for all things for the main show, hit up FlyWithBats at gmail.com. For all that for reviewing that, hit up reviewingdat at gmail.com. Because like I always say, I want y'all to be part of the conversation. That was me. I'm passing the mic.
Hi guys, it's J.Steel. You can find me on Instagram at IamJSteel_. You can also catch me on the Misbelief Radio Show, and you can listen to all of those amazing episodes at TheMisbelief.podme.com. And you can also, if you hungry and you want some coffee, visit FatGirlNola on Instagram at FatGirlNola.
Boom.
My turn?
Come with it.
You can find me on all social media at Roxy Ewell, ROXIE-EWIL. You can also listen to my podcast hosted with Michelle at Therapy Noir. That's TheRapy PIENOIR, and it's also spelled that way on social media.
Boom.
Yay.
You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab, and take a listen to the show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How'd y'all feel about Superfly? So Superfly?
I haven't seen it yet.
Go see it.
Okay.
Is it still
I don't know.
I need to get this movie pass business in my life.
Yeah, you do need that.
How are you fixed for AMC theaters where you are?
Oh, fuck. All we have out there is Regal. If I have to, I was like, what is this?
It's
but
cool to
AMC
have, but it
to go to
has
Manhattan.
issues. But
sometimes, and it's a
I don't want to have to go to Manhattan though every time I want to use my movie pass though, so never mind.
She dropping these big names on this Manhattan and shit.
They put some of the smaller theaters in there sometimes. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
We've overtly talked about movie pass on this show before. But yeah, once again, thank y'all for listening, man. We gonna come back at you. Hopefully we can come back before I come back. And we gonna talk about the main show where I've been at and all that. Yeah, man. Adios.
Do